When a member of Congress dies, time stops on Capitol Hill. The marble halls fall silent. The usual noise of debate fades into whispers. Flags are lowered. Faces turn solemn. And the machinery of democracy, built to keep moving, pauses just for a moment to honor one of its own. But behind the ceremony lies a deeper story, a story about duty, legacy, and the invisible system that ensures the people's voice never stays silent for long. Tonight, we explore what really happens when a sitting member of Congress passes away. Before we begin, like and subscribe to help preserve these stories of courage.
The moment everything stops.
It begins quietly. A phone rings in the Speaker's office. Staffers stop mid-sentence. The news travels fast, faster than most would think. When a member of Congress dies, the first response is not political, it's human. Colleagues, often rivals on the floor, pause to remember that before titles and votes, they are people. In the minutes that follow, statements begin to draft themselves. We lost a dedicated public servant, a friend, a patriot. Each word feels formal, yet fragile. The flags above the Capitol dome are lowered to half-staff. In both chambers, moments of silence stretch longer than usual. For House or Senate staff, the logistics begin quietly in the background. Offices close, phone lines forward, casework pauses. The office nameplate staffed. But inside, files, mementos, photographs suddenly feel like relics. It's tradition, not just policy, that shapes what comes next. If the late member was in the House, the Speaker's office coordinates with local and state officials. The clerk of the House takes temporary control of the congressional office. Constituents' work, pending benefits, immigration cases, letters, does not vanish. It transfers. In the Senate, the protocol is slightly different. Each state's governor holds the power to appoint an interim senator or call for a special election. Some act within days. Others wait for morning to pass. Inside the Capitol, sorrow mixes with precision. The flags outside remain at half-staff for the rest of the day. The next morning, the corridors of power move forward, slowly. The House chaplain or Senate chaplain often opens the next session with prayer. Colleagues rise. Some weep. Others bow quietly, remembering personal moments unseen by the cameras. These are the days when the institution feels both immortal and fragile, when the system must absorb loss without losing function. A democracy that mourns and continues.
The machinery behind the morning.
Behind the scenes, a machine hums into motion. Legal, procedural, and constitutional gears begin to turn. Because even in grief, the government must remain uninterrupted. When a member dies in office, the Constitution and state laws dictate who fills the seat. The House of Representatives requires a special election, no appointments allowed. The people, not the governor, must choose their next voice. That process can take weeks, sometimes months. Until then, the district is voiceless on the House floor. No votes, no representation. But the staff, under the clerk's authority, keeps working, helping veterans, guiding families, solving local problems. In the Senate, the rules differ. Governors may appoint replacements, usually from the same party, to serve until an election can be held. In rare cases, they choose a political opposite, igniting controversy that echoes beyond the state lines. The process is both solemn and strategic. Within hours of the death, the governor's office consults the state's laws, each unique in timeline and method. Some require immediate temporary appointments, others trigger quick elections. Funeral plans often intertwine with official ceremony. Congressional leaders coordinate attendance, charter flights, and escorts. When a member dies in service, they may lie in state or repose, rare honors reserved for only a few. These moments unite even the most divided lawmakers. For a brief time, policy and politics pause. Humanity takes the floor.
Ceremony and closure.
Public mourning turns to ritual. The funeral is both personal and historical. For some, like John Lewis or Ruth Bader Ginsburg, the rotunda becomes sacred ground. For others, hometown memorials carry the same dignity, local churches filled with neighbors, veterans, and schoolchildren who once shook their hand. The U.S. Capitol Rotunda, when opened for repose or lying in state, transforms into a national cathedral. Soldiers stand guard, mourners file past in silence. Every echo of a step reminds visitors that public service leaves footprints deeper than time. Members of both chambers attend. Presidents often do too. Rival parties sit side by side. It is one of the few moments where Washington truly feels united. The military honors follow strict sequence: flag draping, salutes, taps. Families receive the folded flag, often in trembling hands. News cameras pan slowly. Anchors whisper words like legacy, honor, service. And when the ceremony ends, the work begins again. Special elections are scheduled. Campaigns start quietly. Democracy's cycle resumes. Strock Meta, pause. Sex, 1.3. The transition of power. Strock Meta, pause. Sex, 1.3. After the morning fades, the institution resets. The Constitution demands it. In the House, a special election is called by the state governor. Dates are chosen strategically, sometimes aligning with other elections to save cost and maximize turnout. Local officials announce filing deadlines. Parties nominate candidates. It can feel abrupt. One week, a community is grieving. The next, it's campaigning. Yet that, too, is part of democracy's endurance. In the Senate, appointed replacements are sworn in swiftly, sometimes within days. They inherit committees, offices, even unfinished bills. But emotionally, the shadow of the predecessor lingers. Photos stay on walls. Staff whisper comparisons. Legacy becomes both burden and guide. In some cases, widows or family members run for the seat, continuing the mission in their loved one's name. It's a recurring chapter in American politics: service reborn from sorrow. And while Washington moves forward, the late member's district feels the absence deeply. Streets named in their honor, libraries dedicated, schools remembering their kindness or leadership. The transition of power, though routine on paper, remains profoundly human.
Legacy and continuity.
Every loss leaves a mark, but in Congress that mark is part of an unbroken chain. The marble halls have seen centuries of arrivals and departures, but the spirit of service never leaves. In archives and speeches, their words live on. In legislation, their signatures remain inked in history. For every member who dies in office, dozens more carry forward the same mission: representation, accountability, and faith in the system. The process that follows a death in Congress is not just bureaucracy. It's ritualized resilience, a testament that no single life, however great, can stop the democracy it serves. Across generations, these moments remind America of something vital. Institutions endure because people care enough to keep them alive. When the flag rises again to full staff, it's not forgetting, it's a promise to continue the work. Because in this place, in this system built by human hands and ideals, death does not end service. It renews it. Keep history alive. Like, subscribe, and